So my name is Della, Killeen. I work for the City of Peoria, Parks and Recreation, and I am the Outdoor Recreation Coordinator. So my journey into Parks and Recreation actually is not the typical pathway. My background, I have a master's in engineering. I worked for 22 years in semiconductor manufacturing, and I had a wonderful experience, but it's a 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. sort of job, a lot of pressure, and when you have kids, that's really difficult. So around about the time I was thinking, this is not working, my company closed its doors, they offshored to China, and they offered me a position there. So at the time I thought, no, you know what, I really want to follow something that was a hobby at the time, which was gardening. So I did the Master Gardener program with the University of Arizona, which I'd highly recommend. Then I did the Desert Landscape Design School with the Desert Botanical Garden here in Phoenix. And coming out of that, I got a job as the curator of the Japanese Friendship Garden just downtown here. And around that time, I was hiking one day, and it was actually in the West Valley. And I was near one of the washes. I came to this section where there was a railing and it dropped down into the wash, and it was early morning, and I looked over, and sitting on the end of the railing was a northern harrier. The northern harrier is a critically endangered bird in Arizona. It was once very common on farmlands. The farmers loved it because it would eat rodents. But with encroaching development, urbanization, pesticide, herbicide, rodenticides, their numbers have just plummeted. Here I am in the middle of an urban park, a trail system, and I get to see this amazing bird. But maybe a lot of other people won't get to see it because it is critically endangered. So at that point, I knew I wanted to work for an agency that had the ability to protect the habitat for that bird. And so I came on board first as a park ranger with the City of Peoria, and now as the Outdoor Recreation Coordinator. So we clean the New River, where we saw the northern harrier, amongst other stretches. And we've removed over 27,000 pounds of trash over 3 years. So that's been a huge benefit to the local watershed. That's been a huge benefit to the community. It builds a sense of place. Is the last northern harrier in that neighborhood, which once was just open desert. So I felt a connection, and I felt that I could do something, and I was going to do something.